Welcome to day 2 here at the Horseshoe, Southern Indiana, and it is the Derby City Classic, the 20th annual, and for 20 years, players and fans from all over the world have been coming here for straight pool, banks, 9-ball, and this is one of the most anticipated events all year. It is the Diamond 10-Ball Bigfoot Challenge. We started with 16 of some of the greatest players on the planet, and this is the last match of round 1. Let's get to it. Are you guys here at the Horseshoe excited for this? I hope you're excited for at home. This is going to be some world-class pool. First up, U.S. Open champion, Derby City 1 pocket champion, 9-time member of Team USA for Mosconi Cup, sponsored by Mucci Q's, schoolofpool.com from Tampa, Florida. Make some noise for the Prince of Pool, Corey Deuel. Next up, European champion, World Pool Series champion, sponsored by Kaspersky Laboratory from Moscow, Russia, the Siberian Express, Ruslan Chinakhov. We're lagging for our break, and our referee is Mr. Ricky Bryant. Send it up to the booth.
Welcome, pool fans. We're excited to offer more great 10-ball action. Tonight we have my mentor and personal favorite commentator, Billy Incardona. I'm Mark Wilson. And Billy, do you have any pre-match thoughts?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's very generous of you to open it up like that. Well. But do I have any pre-match thoughts? Like I said before, I don't really know Chinakhov. I know that, like you say, he's 25 years old. He's a straight shooter, but he's a rather tall fellow, which gives him some sort of a disadvantage. You say, I don't know about that, but of course, I'd have to concur with you because you're very seldom wrong. So.
Well, when you look back over the great players of the history, Jimmy Karras, Willie Mosconi, Billy Incardona, Jose Perica.
Yeah, not to mention
Efren Reyes. Yeah. I mean, all short. And the reason I feel that way, a lot of people feel like the height is an advantage even on a 5x10. Those guys mastered the 5x10, and there's a greater distance between the two hands of the taller player, which means a little back movement in the back is exaggerated at the front.
But, I have something to say about that because they're playing on a 5x10 now, not a 4.5x9 or a 4x8. So therefore, the extra length, I think, would be advantageous for a taller player playing on a 5x10.
Does have a little...
to reach a lot more shots.
Right. Chinakhov has won the lag. He'll be breaking race to 11, single elimination action. Just to the right of the center of the table as he faces it.
I noticed he really didn't put much velocity, much power into the break. And I watched Dennis Hatch playing against, I think it was Shane Van Boning in his match when he was breaking the balls. So Dennis Hatch has a big time break, but yet he wasn't putting a lot of power into his break. Is that how the players have been opting to break here?
The two balls right behind the 1 ball tend to go in the side pocket. The 2 and the 3 are on the corners, and they track around the table and go in the corners. And so they're kind of playing more position and trying not to turn the table over on unforced errors with a scratch by overpowering the break.
The Prince of Pool. How long are they going to call Corey Deuel the Prince of Pool? It's a nice name and all that when you're young, but as you get older,
well,
gets wears on you, the Prince of Pool. But
Corey's 40 years old. Chinakhov 25 years old, but Corey's still a young man to me, and he's been very resurgent. He's had a good year over the last year, so good to see him back.
No, he's really a consistent player. He consistently comes prepared to play just about every tournament he enters, and that's a lot to say about a guy who always comes prepared to play.
Chinakhov kicking here at the 1.
Excellent hit. Yeah, he left him a shot on the 1. I do believe he can pocket the 1. It's going to be a close hit, though. But if he's able to pocket the 1 with a little right-hand English, he can spin 2 cushions for position for the 2. I don't even know if he's going to go after this shot. But if it's available, if it's pocketable, I think that's the way it'll play out.
A little afraid he's going to hit too much of the 6 and have a hard time getting enough energy on the cue ball to stay on there. Unless he's going to draw. I like that idea if that's what you're going to do, if you're going to play the shot. He didn't. He played safe, minimizing an unforced error early.
He hit it a little harder than he actually wanted to. He wanted to position the 1 ball behind that string of balls, not allowing Chinakhov to hit the 1. But, of course, from the distance he was from the 1, it was difficult to do that. So let's see what Chinakhov has in mind. You know, he can overcut the 1 and come up by the 5 ball by the side pocket if he doesn't have a pocket for the 1. He had a pocket for the 1.
I think you see what I'm talking about, straight shooting. He opened up the match there with a nice long get on the 1. Both of these players last year on the Pro Tour earned exactly $35,000, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was hyper aggressive there, back cutting a bank shot like that.
I think he's going to get it, and it counts. You know, he said, "I'm sorry, Corey, but lost a little dignity with the shot, but it's certainly a fair trade-off, isn't it?"
Yes, and that's the question now that it's not a call shot game. Looks like Chinakhov was he grabbing his extension? Yes, got his cue extension on. Reached this a little easier.
And Earl Strickland was the first American player to play with the extension. And since then, there's been quite a few players that have opted to go with the extension. Must be an advantage to play with one, especially on a 5x10.
Nearly everybody here has one. We've seen it deployed in every match so far.
And I'm not talking about only where they have to reach for a shot. I'm talking about shooting all shots. So therefore, that extra length in the cue makes quite a bit of difference for a lot of players. They really feel it's an advantage.
Some guys feel it helps the extra mass, helps the cue go straighter. Is he going to be able to hold this, Billy?
I think so.
There? Kill shot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Effortless. $1,000 entry fee, single elimination, all ball fouls.
This is a little tricky shot here. See, you notice how close he came to the 6th ball, because the angle that he had suggested that he was going to come close to the 6th ball. So he had to hit that with a little different type of a stroke to control the cue ball as nicely as he did. Now, he showed me a little bit with that shot.
Yeah, and his opening shot, that 1 ball, it was a very difficult and challenging opening shot to the frame. Looks like he may need to stun this ahead or roll it ahead just a little bit.
Or just softly roll it. He shot your shot. You know, that's a pretty difficult shot when you have to stun it, like you say, and roll it up another 2 or 3 inches, hitting it with that stun speed. You know, that's why I suggested possibly you may have to roll it because by rolling it, you just have more confidence in controlling the cue ball.
And I noticed once he missed it, you quickly assigned it as my shot.
I do apologize, but I call it like it is.
Dogged it. Long, thin cut here on the 7 for Corey. He opted to try to play safe and bludgeoned it. Everything moved. Nothing favorable. I'm not even sure he was committed to his shot there because he missed it by such a margin.
Now, he has a good shot on the combination, but, you know, it's a little tricky here because the 8-ball blocks a large portion of the pocket, and you would think that the 8-ball may aid him in pocketing it, but not necessarily so.
No, it's out of the pocket just enough that he might even consider playing the carom on the 8, but then controlling the 7 for a secondary shot.
That's a good observation there, Mark. You're just full of stuff, aren't you? Good stuff.
We have fun. I love world-class pool. That's what I come over here for. There's been so many of these opening round matches that have been such good tests.
So Mark likes the billiard. The combination's a little tricky. Let's see what Chinakhov likes. He liked the billiard as well, but he wasn't able to put it down.
Once again, it was my shot.
Yes, it was.
As he missed it.
But, of course, it was the right shot this time.
He shouldn't have played it with low. I will say that. He should have played it, but he was trying to control the object ball.
A little bit softer, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe that way he would have much better control of the cue ball.
Notice Corey's stance. He's gone to the snooker player stance. Corey switches things up every time I see him. He is comical. He'll always assure me he's finally found the secret. It's like a guy that tries to spin gold out of grass or straw.
This was rather a lengthy game number one. But finally, it looks like it's going to go to Duel.
I almost think he should just stop right there and play the 10 in the far corner.
I don't think so.
No? I
He'll
think he's
suck
going to
it
power up out of there?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
he'll suck it out of there. Well, he has a better stroke than that.
Okay. Well, he wanted to make sure he made it.
Yeah, by hitting it real hard, you run the risk of it doubling the pocket and that pocket spitting it back out. We've all done that way too often.
Yes, Corey Duel turned this rack around a couple shots in there. We weren't too sure what he was doing. But anyway, there at the end, he was sure of what he was doing, and he gets rack number one.
This is a race to 11.
Race to 11. Single elimination. $16,000 to the winner. $8,000 second place. Third and fourth will get $4,000. This is a real pool tournament. You know, the 5x10, it's real interesting when you watch these matches detailed. When you stay in line, not a bad deal. As soon as you get a hint out of line, man, that 5x10 jumps up and bites you. And balls that you see made on a 9-foot table rattle here. And
Really?
so it really ramps up the difficulty here significantly once you're out of line. If you can stay in line, like the Filipinos, there's 5 Filipinos in this tournament, they manage the ball so well. They don't get exposed on the 5x10 that much. But as soon as you get out of the line, tough going.
Yeah, the 5x10 table is a very demanding table in that regard. And like you say, Mark, you really have to stay in line. But it's not that easy to stay in line on a 5x10, because you really want to get closer to the ball. And sometimes because of that,
Right.
you lose your angle. And when you lose your angle on a 5x10, then you got to start to have problems.
Yeah, especially if the cue ball gets lodged up against the cushion. Very square hit.
Yeah, I notice how softly he broke the balls as well.
Hello, 8 ball.
Now, I believe that's the 6 ball that's laying in the pocket there.
Yep. Yeah, Corey squared him up pretty nice. He broke right from the head spot, which you don't see. Usually somebody tries to take the side pocket out, one of the side pockets out of play, but Corey broke him dead on. He'll play the combination. See the snooker stance by Corey and Billy?
I'm not real familiar with the snooker stance.
Oh, well, that's what it looks like.
Well, I don't know if the stance was attributable to what he just did, but if it was, I would
Right.
reconsider
Yes.
standing the traditional.
Yeah. Corey vacillates between snooker and pool oftentimes, and we went to the Mosconi Cup a couple of years ago, and he was telling Shane about how much he loves snooker. Meanwhile, we're at the Mosconi Cup, so they went to a snooker room, and Corey was telling Shane how much he loves snooker. Shane said, "Corey, you can't play." And Shane randomly staked a guy at a snooker club that he didn't even know against Corey. Now, to Corey's credit, he did end up winning $50, but it was comical.
Well, that's pretty fortuitous there, running into a ball and then repositioning it where he now has a shot, where before he wouldn't have, but so that's pretty fortunate.
Yeah, Chinakhov is not regarded as a tactical type player, but more of just a overwhelming straight shooter. So he will bump and run and make a couple of errors along the tactical side of the game that other players wouldn't, but he can also shoot straighter than a lot of other people, kind of overpower people.
Maybe it's somewhat reminiscent of a tall Keith McCready.
Yeah. And speaking of him, he's here and going to be inducted into the One Pocket Hall of Fame, much deservedly so.
Yeah. Lifetime Action Award.
And Jeremy Jones too, right?
Yeah, Jeremy Jones is overdue for that because he's one of the true students of the game.
Oh boy, open miss there. That's exactly what Chinakhov cannot do.
No, if his strength is pocketing balls, that's something he really can't afford to do.
He lost his timing a little bit too, Billy. He didn't really have that pause and then set and go that time. It just kind of went off in his hand. I wasn't even really ready to watch. It went off like that. Caught me off guard.
When you lose your sense of timing, that's a sense that you're uncomfortable at the table. Because when you have that good sense of timing, you play in your natural rhythm. That means you're comfortable. When you lose that, that means that you're a little confused with things. Things aren't really, that obvious to you.
Right.
And when you start to err, it doesn't get better.
No, right. It can easily compound.
And it's great when Matthew would just say, I take a break and go to the bathroom and check out who I am. Look in the mirror. Nice.
Yeah, Corey Duel eases the cue ball over there for a very routine 10 to take a 2-0 lead. And Chinakhov has to be disappointed with his start. He's had a chance in both racks.
Oh, yes, he has. He's had a chance in both racks.
Corey's willing to clean up the mess, take a 2-game lead.
And in both racks, he erred, but still was able to maintain control of the table. In the first rack, he locked in that ball
Right.
and followed up with a pretty good shot. And in this rack, he ran into the 2, ended up with a good shot, but he wasn't able to complete the run out.
Thus far, this match it kind of falls in line with old pool axiom of way more games are lost than won, meaning that, he had a good chance here in both of them and let them slip away. Chinakhov mowed the grass. Corey Duel picked the flowers. He leads 2-0.
Oh, go ahead now. Mow the grass and pick the flowers.
Uh-oh. Oh, you can see a little loss of focus there, Billy. Went straight in the side pocket. Things are going all Corey Duel's way right now. Corey is like he sees that the 6 and 8's tied up. But
If that's any consolation, the 6 and the 8 are tied up. Let's take a look at the 5. The 5 isn't anywhere near the 6. We're breaking loose that 6 from the 8 off the 5. That's going to be very difficult.
yeah, Corey may have to play position to play safe on the 6. And just he doesn't want to give away a cheap win here going for something that's not available. He can work the cue ball close to the 6. He can pin the cue ball to the 8, move the 6 away.
Yeah. And if he feels that he can't do that, maybe he can play position on the 5 to loosen up the 6 from the 8 and try to hook him behind a ball that way. So there's a couple different ways he can attack this, but trying to run out I don't think is one of them. He's either going to have to play good shape on the 5 to either break up the 6, break loose the 6 from the 8 and hook him, or play position on the 6 to play a safety off the 6, if he gets that far. Now he's going to have to start thinking what he's going to do. Now he's got an angle to do either. He can play position for the 5 and drop on the 6 and hopes to play safe off the 6, or he can play position on the 5 like he's in the side, maybe to go into the 8-6, so that's another option. Or he can play position on the 5 to break loose the 6 from the 8. Somehow get behind the ball, but that's, I think, would be the last option he would choose. He wants to play position for the 5 in the side mark and then try to roll toward the 6-8. If he loses that angle, he'll still have the ability then to play safe off the 6. I think he lost that angle. It's going to send him away from the 6.
Yeah.
I do believe, I'm not sure. See, if he shoots the 5 in the side, I think the cue ball will go to the left of the 6. I feel he feels the same way. So he's coming over here to find out where he needs to be to move that 6 and put him behind the 8.
He recognizes right away that being hyper-aggressive here is probably not the answer, even though it looks great to the fans when you succeed and break it out. But he's going to play position to play safe, I believe.
And that's what he's done. And that's what I call playing solid pool. Like Mark said, don't be too overly aggressive just because it's possible.
Right.
Play the percentages here, and that's what he's done. He's going to move the 6 and try to position the cue ball behind the 8. And he's not going to hit it hard. It's really a roll shot.
Real good job there. Chinakhov has a chance to come in short and possibly cut it into the side, but he also could land heavy, and it's not likely that he makes the 6 from here. It is likely that he'll hit it.
I think he had to go cross table and kick it, try to pocket the 6 in the side here. I think that's the better kick because I think you get more separation if you don't happen to pocket it with this kick. With this kick, I think both balls may go in different direction. See, they did go in a different direction.
Wow. He just whiskered the 6 ball and left it
Left it
locked.
real tough.
Yeah. Yeah, this is hard to play safe here unless Corey wants to like pass it, make a Z bank on the 6, 2 cushions, and have it drop down below the 8.
Or you could overcut the 6, but
Well, that's what I mean, overcutting it and have it come across back 2 cushions underneath the 8, rather than go for the corner.
yeah, like that. But the problem with
this
that,
play, yes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, that's productive. If it doesn't
Yeah.
hit the 10, which it did. So.
Yeah, it didn't leave it that easy of a shot. The 7 will be next, and with the distance and the degree of the cut, it's going to send the cue ball too far away from the 7. So therefore, even if he pockets the 6 here, he's going to have to come up with a tough shot on the 7, because he certainly doesn't want to roll it.
And we're not even positive he can hit enough of the 6. Maybe he can.
Yeah, I think he can.
Okay.
So he's going to have to take out, show us some pocketing skills here.
And that is what he's all about. So he has to win games from here. It looks like he's going to try to collide into the 10 with the cue ball here because he's cueing low. Yep.
Wow,
he scored
that was
both of them.
Pretty
Great shot.
nice shot
Yeah.
there. And that was an excellent call.
After a couple ugly shots there by Chinakhov, this is what he does. He creates things from nothing sometimes with his straight shooting capacity.
Yeah, and that'll certainly get his confidence up there a little bit now. It'll probably loosen him up a little bit, knowing that he executed a beautifully executed shot, like not only pocketing the 6, but also playing the billiard, which he did play both of them. By the
Yeah.
way. You know.
He's a talented straight pool player, too. He always competes in the straight pool challenge up here. And he puts up a high enough run that he gets to the top 8 and plays in the tournament. So, kind of an interesting guy. It's amazing how many good players there are in Russia nowadays.
And if you notice on the scoreboard, they gave that game to Duel, which is not really right. They should take it off.
Actually give it to the guy that won it. Yeah. 2-1 is our real score. You know, the kid earlier today, Fedor Gorst, he played a tremendous match against Alex Pagulayan here.
What was his name?
His name is Fedor Gorst, and he played in this 10-foot thing last year as a 16-year-old. He
Wow.
beat Darren Appleton, if you know too many people that latched on to Appleton on a 5x10 race to 11. And then
Yeah.
today, he beat Alex Pagulayan in this. So the kid's for real.
Well,
he's
he's
from
17
Moscow.
now.
He's now 17, yes.
Yeah, well, what the heck can you expect,
Corey
At
breaking
16, I understand him. But,
breaking off his fingertips. You don't see that very often. A couple of the Filipinos do it. Little elevation. The 5 and the 8 are the balls he's trying to make. Neither one found the side pocket. Here comes the 9.
How about the 9? No
And
cigar.
no good. Dry break, open layout.
But he's got to cut the 1 to his right. That's going to send the cue ball away from the 2. So he may have to do some traveling here.
Oh, there's some real issues here. It's not easy to get around to the 2.
Yeah. And then he might end up behind the 5. Watch, behind the 5, he might end up there. Well,
His timing is definitely off. This does not remind me of the Chinakhov I remember to see the last couple of years.
yeah, I thought that he would calm down a little bit after he made that nice billiard in the last rack.
Good control of the secondary object ball there by Corey Deuel. Got the nice angle now to drift down table for the 2 in the side.
Getting on the 4 is going to be a little bit tricky. That's the problem ball on the table is the 4 ball. If he can come up with a good shot on the 4, I think the rest of the rack will play out pretty nicely for him. But getting from the 3 to the 4 could be a little tricky here.
It's got just a hint of an angle into the side pocket, and that makes coming around the table from the 3, like he was going to play it maybe 3 rails around, not quite as available if he goes forward.
Now he's going to have to just roll this softly and maintain that angle to cut the 3 to his left so he can go to 3 cushions around.
And he's going to have to use the full side of the pocket here. He can't hit the middle of the pocket
Nope.
with this.
Now he may have to go 1 rail out, but it's a tough angle here. So this is a little tricky here. So therefore, I wouldn't be surprised that much if it didn't work out well for him, because this is tricky. I don't know how much slides on the table right now, but if he opts to go forward and the cue ball slides, he's not going to get around that 8. So he may have to go around table, and it's tricky. So he's going around. Now he's got to hit it with a good speed, not to get behind the 8. Pretty good job. But he created a lot of distance in doing that. So therefore, the 3 to the 4 was the problematic part of the rack. He's handled it okay, but still not an easy shot here.
Good shot. Was not distracted by the 10. Stayed focused. Hit the middle of the pocket with that. You and I have known Corey since he was in his late teens.
Yep.
Traveling around.
And I like what you said about didn't allow the 10 to disrupt his thoughts. He stayed focused. And so often when we know we're going to go into a ball, we divide our attention between both of those things, when in fact we got to realize what's going to happen and focus on pocketing the ball.
Yeah, you got to get single-minded right at the end. You and I have both paid the price for being a little bit split-minded. Once 15% of your brain goes on that 10 ball, you can wind up missing the object ball quite often.
He's got a nice angle on the 6. The speed of the angle suggests it'll fall nicely for the 7. Oh, he opted to play the 7 in the side. I thought he was just going to roll it in, play position for the 7 in the upper corner.
Definitely allowed him to work the cue ball close, and even though he's not exactly on angle, it's not a hideously bad shot. We expect him to get it.
He'll play both balls in the same pocket. This is rack number 5. Excuse me, rack number 4.
Corey's making some good decisions, don't you think, Billy? He really looks like he's composed and got his game together.
Corey's such an experienced player. He's got a lot of experience on the table, starting so young and playing, world-class players for the past 20 years. You pick up a lot of experience, and he certainly has shown me throughout the years that he is one of the more experienced players in the world. And his 8-ball game is so strong, and and that's a telltale right there. When you play good 8-ball, you have to have a lot of experience in pool to play good 8-ball, and he plays excellent 8-ball.
Yeah, good patterns, a lot of stop shots in there. One of the things I always remember and admire a lot about Corey, he's always kind of been that mercurial talent that is inventive and imaginative and creative. But when he was a young kid, we were on the Camel Tour, and Efren would come, and he would routinely play Efren 100-game rotation. Do you remember that? At every tournament, he would just latch on to Efren straight up, no problem, and pay his dues. Now today, Corey Duel, Prince of Pool. Chinakhov breaking, 8-ball in motion for the side. He made that one. 7-ball hung up. He's going to get a shot on the 1. What's the 2 going to do? Hits the magic rack, deflects it just lightly.
If you had to compare Corey Duel, we'll say, I don't know if you're that familiar with quarterbacks in NFL football, but if you had to compare Corey Duel to a quarterback in NFL, who would you think he would be playing like?
Oh, boy, I'm terrible at that, but I would say Drew Brees.
I was thinking about Drew Brees.
I don't follow it that close, but he just seems to be artistic, so that's the reason I chose that. Chinakhov, this is very dangerous spot here to try to play offense from. He is hyper aggressive though, and I wouldn't be completely shocked if he tried to play the 2 off the 10.
Yeah, looks like that's a possibility.
He was ready to go behind the 3.
I think he's going to get there.
Oh, it's a good thing he rubbed it on the way in though. I think he was in the drink if it doesn't rub that 3 ball. But as it turned out, perfect shot. Corey's ahead 3-1, and from these type predicaments with world-class players, you have to make something happen from nothing. This is nothing, so 20% of the time if he hits it, he's going to get a backdoor safety out of it. He did hit it.
Yeah, I like the speed that he hit it with, too. Excellent speed. Had he hit either side of the 2, he would have gotten the separation. That would have been conducive to separating the balls and not giving up a shot.
All 16 players in this event have been, just setting new standards for those type of kick shots at that type speed. No longer do they just bludgeon in there and try to hope for something favorable to happen, but they're actually playing shots from that.
And when you really think about it, the only way you're really not going to do well with that speed. If he hit the 2-ball or hit the object ball a certain way, if you hit either side of it, you're going to work. It's going to work out well for you.
And you still have the 5x10 working for you. You got that extra length, so even if you do leave a shot, things do happen. More so on this table than the 9-footer.
And when you hit a shot hard, just to hope to luck it in. Not only can you luck in the object ball, but you can also be unlucky and lose the cue ball.
Seems
so
to
there
happen
really
more
isn't
than
much merit to hitting shots with that type of speed.
That was a nice bank shot there. A little bit off angle. He was able to make it work. Caught the pocket a little rough, Billy.
Yeah, well, he overcut the ball. You know, he didn't want to. He knew he had to overcut the ball slightly to get the angle that he needed on the 4. It was a tricky little shot, and shooting at the distance he was from the ball, he just didn't manage the shot well.
Well, Corey seems to think he has it, so he's got enough room. Didn't turn out as poorly as we feared that it might have.
A little rough there, but nevertheless.
But might have had to play it that way just because there wasn't a lot of room by the 9. He's got a good series of test shots here. They're all that intermediate range, and they all play kind of awkwardly. The 7-ball doesn't look like it goes freely into the side pocket.
Yeah, he came with a nice shot there.
That was, yeah, real good.
I don't know about that 7.
I think he can just go in the corner. I think
it'll go on the side though.
Yeah, he measured it up as if it might. So we'll be able to tell by how he plays position here.
Yeah.
Much like you said earlier on, Corey's experience, you know, that's big in these circumstances. He can win ugly. He can win other ways. He doesn't always have to play his A game, which is, I think Chinakhov has to rely on playing his A game. Corey's got a few other tools in the toolbox from the years of experience. He is going in the side. Yep, no problem.
Yeah, Chinakhov trying to pick up his game a little bit to stay with Duel, obviously the more experienced player.
Right now, playing the more consistent pool. His timing has been better.
And his shot making seems to be better as well. So I don't know where Chinakhov is going to make it up at, but it certainly isn't with experience. So he better start to shoot a little bit straighter.
10-ball goes in. Corey Duel moves his total performance average out here to 941. That's way over world class.
Yeah, better than respectable.
That's tremendous pool in a 9-footer.
Yes, it is. I was going to make the same comment that 940 is pretty good DPA, especially on a 5x10.
If somebody beats you and you play 940, just shake their hand and don't even think about it. You did your part.
How'd you do today? I lost. The guy shot 940 on me. I feel pretty good. I played okay.
Absolutely. That's all you can do, too. You know, it's so rare when the higher TPA ever loses. I mean, you can just about universally say whoever shot the higher TPA won. What that means is they pocketed more total balls with less errors.
Mistakes.
Yep. And then, therefore, more 10 balls get in the way along the path. It all comes down to that.
Rack 6, and Corey Duel leads 4-1.
Couple interesting stats out of the 16 players in this field. 5 of them were from the Philippines, if you count Alex Pagulayan's heritage. And 5 of them were left-handed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And how many of the Filipinos are left-handed?
Let me think. Jeff DeLuna was one. Let's see.
Which I'm going to ask you a little bit about his game after you
Okay.
finish with your thought there.
Well, the others are right-handed, so.
Okay. How do you like DeLuna's game?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, he's got that. He's got a little bit of Paguline in terms of his attitude. He's happy-go-lucky, smiling,
Great
positive.
attitude.
Yeah,
That's a great attitude. I love his attitude.
yeah, that really helps.
No, it certainly does. It's so much easier to shake off things when you have that kind of an attitude. They don't bother you nearly as much.
Right.
It's we'll say like a Larry Neville attitude.
Right.
You know, Larry has a problem with his attitude.
Well,
I think,
and he's not the only one. Dennis Hatch would be another good example
Yeah.
of someone that can get negative and down on themselves. And there's even been a little Shane Van Boning negativity lately. So
Yeah.
So it happens, but it's something. It's a little bit of sometimes ego defense. You're trying to express that this isn't really me. But that's
That's for sure.
Chinakhov going to have to warp this in there and try to tattoo that one ball. So bent it right around the one. He's going to be a little disappointed with that effort. Things are really going Corey Deuel's way because he's coming to the table with a lot of opportunities like this. And you know how you go through 4 or 5 games where you really don't get that good opportunity. And Corey's lost absolutely no momentum whatsoever on these exchanges.
What's he trying to do? Bump the 4 away from that position to sit?
I think that's what he was thinking, but I think he's going to rethink
I think he's trying to bump the 4. I think he's going to bump the 4 closer to the rail.
Or just move it even 6 inches would be helpful. It doesn't go by the 9. That plays.
Sometimes a ball is kind of like awkwardly positioned on the table, even though it may go into a pocket or even 2. You may not like the position of it, and if you have the advantage with ball in hand to move it slightly one way or the other, to improve the position, it's not really, haphazard to do that.
Right, and it's so remote when you tie it up worse that you can still defend yourself as long as you pocket the object ball. Look at this. That is nowhere near where he wanted the cue ball.
It certainly isn't. I was really surprised to see him hit the cue ball as badly as he did, and that's all that was. He didn't hit the cue ball where he needed to hit it. He needed to hit it more on top, and he sort of like stunned it in a sense.
Right.
So that was poorly executed there. That was probably the worst executed shot that he has shot in this match up to this point.
Almost like right at the last moment he went into cinch mode and just kind of hit the center of the cue ball. Well, he's going to come with a big shot here, and I think he should really consider playing safe just because of the psychological devastation of trying to force something and then giving it back.
Well, if he rolls it in, won't he roll into the 9 in our shape?
I don't think so. I think he's going towards the 10 if he rolls it. Oh, what a shot. What a great shot. I don't know that he's going to come out of it good.
I don't know. It's going to be really close. I'm certainly sure he can jump over the edge of the 9 to pocket it in the side.
Well,
if that's an option.
You have to use your playing cue, and
you do.
You got to jam it into a shallow side pocket there. He's looking at half mass save, right?
No, he's looking to jump it because I don't believe he has to jump too much of the ball. So therefore, this particular jump doesn't play nearly as difficult as most jumps do.
Yeah, this is good camera work here. You can see it on the overhead. Oh, I love that decision. Don't force something that's not there after you don't compound one mistake with yet another. Minimize it.
Yeah, he probably used excellent judgment there. And so many times when you err in playing position like he did, you get a little aggravated and you say to yourself, you know what, I think I can do this. And you start doing things without putting much thought to it. And then end up erring and losing the game. And sometimes the match because of it.
No, that was a display of patience, and that was a display that he's not giving back this lead. You're going to earn it back. And that was a little maturity and some of that experience that you alluded to in the opening. Nice speed there. This is one of those tricky circumstances. I always tell my college players, practice from these positions because the great players wiggle free from here. But this is pro pool right here, starting end rail to end rail. What are you going to do? Defend yourself and still win this game anyway, even though you're at a disadvantage.
I think he's just going to softly try to roll behind the 10-9 here.
Oh, boy. That deserves a round of applause.
Nicely executed. I don't know if he got there. Looks like he may have left him a little massé here.
Yeah, it looks plenty tough. I think he's going to go end rail at it just because he can kick it in the corner or the side.
Yeah, and that was a possibility that the 5 ended up close to the side like it did. So that shot was a pretty tough shot to execute the way you wanted it to.
Look at that nice reward.
Yeah, nicely executed shot there. He almost made it in the side. Yeah, it was an excellent hit. Then he got paid off in another way.
And now it's back to the original arrangement here, except Corey's a foot closer. But
yeah,
that's how we got here, was this almost identical shot.
Yeah. So he's going to cut the 5 more than he did last time. He should have cut it a little more. Had he cut the 5 a little more, notice he would have picked up the speed of the cue ball and it would end up behind the 10. He hit the 5 thickly, which slowed the progress of the cue ball down too much, and he wasn't able to put the 5 behind the 9-10 or the cue ball behind the 9-10. Is he looking to bank the 5 here?
I would not think, that's the right shot, but I would not put it out of the realm of possibility because this kid is a shooter. I think he's going to go 2 cushion safety, try to bank the 5, 2 cushions underneath the 8.
He didn't get good movement with the cue ball there. See, on that shot, I like dragging the cue ball down. I don't know if he's left Duel a shot or not.
I think if Corey can see the edge, he's going to cut at it because safety's tough here.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I like cutting at it, too, because if he hits it roughly, he's going to get good separation anyways.
He can win with the shot. You hate to lose playing safe, and mess the safe up, and then you feel like I could have cut at it. Maybe I could have won. No, he could hit enough of it. He could go for safety here.
No, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get that safety he went for. So let's see what Chinakhov can do here. He does have a legitimate shot on the 5. 6 balls adjacent to the cue ball. So therefore, the cue ball will be going toward the 6. So he'll have a choice of which pocket he prefers to play shape for on the 6. Maybe 2 cushions out, play 6 in the side.
Good shot. Yep, good shot.
Now he's got to be careful not to get too far to the right of the 7 because the 8's position, so he has to go around. Yeah, good shot there. He realized the angle that he had on the 6 wasn't going to put him in ideal line for the 7 to drop for the 8. So he opted to go around the 7. Nicely executed as well.
Picks up a little angle here. 2 cushions towards the 9 now, going forward.
Yeah, going forward is definitely the right way to go here. They're always in line going forward. Just a rookie mistake to go backward from there. I don't think any of these players would have gone backward. 2 cushions. And so, all of a sudden, this game's getting a little match is getting a little closer after game number 6.
Yep, Chinakhov overcame Corey's good judgments and execution, and by being patient with some good execution there at the end of the rack. But that still takes a toll moving forward, and Chinakhov knows that Corey's not going to give him cheap wins.
Yeah, in that rack there, going back in that rack, as we look through that rack, both you and I agreed that when Corey shot the 5, we thought he should have tried to cut it in as opposed to playing a safety there. But playing a safety from that spot wasn't easy, which was evidenced in the results. But
right.
I kind of like trying to cut the 5 in there because he had a real good look at it.
And he ended up losing because he was playing safe, where I'd rather lose going on with offense.
Right.
So, but that was Corey's decision. It was a borderline call. Chinakhov goes just to the right of the head spot. The 4 and 5 are the balls that go in the side pocket. 2 and 3 on the corners. Neither ball found the side pocket. Wasn't a great hit on the rack.
Yeah, nothing so far, but left nothing. 1 ball position near the top rail. 3 ball in between the cue ball and the 1 ball. I don't even know if he can hit the 1. Even if he can hit the 1, he can only hit the right side of it, and that's certainly a difficult side of the 1 to even go after.
Where he's down examining.
He may have to push for a kick here. I think that's what he's going to need to do. He's going to need to push for a kick.
Looks like he's going to put the 10 on top of the 2. I like that idea. Prolong the game. Good try.
He really didn't get the 10 exactly where he wanted it.
Right.
Like Mark said, he wanted to, create congestion down there with the 10 ball and the 2 ball. So anytime you push, you're at a disadvantage because you give away an option. Anytime you give away an option, you're at a disadvantage. So therefore, when you have to give away an option, try to tie up a ball like Mark suggested.
You want to prolong the game and get yourself back in there where maybe you have a little better circumstance to play from later in the game. You'll see some kind of a safety exchange now. There's not an offensive shot. Looks like he's going with the cue ball behind the 6.
And a tough shot because he has to make sure the 1 doesn't run into the 3, which he avoided nicely. Had the 1 ran into the 3, this would have been the situation. But he hit it perfectly, and he's earned this. So Duel at the table having to kick here.
With the 1 ball in the middle of the table, we call that a small ball. Barely
Very small.
3 ball widths available to hit.
Now, this is the type of a kick that you have to hit with a little speed because there really isn't any good side of the ball to hit that's going to guarantee you separation. So, therefore, I look for him to hit it with some speed here.
That's why he's jacking up to warp it in there.
Yep. And he wasn't able to contact the 1, like Mark said. Very small ball. When the ball you're kicking at is in the center of the table, that means you can't hit a rail or 2 rails to go into it. You have to hit it 1 rail solidly.
Earlier in the match on the 1 ball, Chinakhov bent the cue ball around the 1 in a similar fashion, trying to get past the side pocket and warp it back.
Now, this goes back to where he's going to try to get him on 3 fouls here. But when Duel tried to tie up the 2 with the 10, he didn't do it. But had he tied up the 2 with the 10, I think he still should have went out for the run out there. I wouldn't have done that. Because the 2 goes, he could have went 2 cushions and played safe for the 3 off the 2. I didn't think he should have done that. He didn't even really get him behind the 2 here.
Right.
So Duel has a good chance to hit the 1 here and create some separation. And he can hit it off the 2nd cushion too. 1, 2 cushions, hit it that way.
Really no worse for wear.
See, now Chinakhov is looking at a situation that he's not really in trouble.
Right, now he's reduced to trying to get ball in hand again. He already had ball in hand.
Yeah, he's going to try to put it behind the 6 here.
Good call, Billy.
I don't know if he did that either.
He didn't.
But he didn't really leave Duel a shot to the upper right-hand corner. The 1 ball drifted down too far for him to believe, for him to cut it to the upper right corner. So he may, if he can follow through it and position the cue ball behind the 2, maybe he has the angle to do that. No, he didn't have the angle. He tried to do it, I think, but I don't think he had the angle. He may have had the angle and hit it poorly. I don't know.
He got the cue ball tangled up on top of the 2. We're playing all ball fouls, and this 1 ball's not that easy to pocket.
No, it isn't.
Billy, have you played much pool in the 5x10?
No, not really. I have played some pool in the 5x10. I'm 74 years old, so, I played some pool. Watch out. Oh, I thought he was going to.
Billiards in the 10.
I thought he was going to get some good 10-ball action there.
Did you play 1 pocket on a 5x10?
I played enough 1 pocket on the 5x10 in Detroit years ago to appreciate the difficulty of the 5x10, the demanding. the demand that the 5x10 offers. And I enjoyed playing on the 5x10. I really did. Especially being a good player, you really like playing on the 5x10 because, you know, when you're playing a weaker player, you have a lot more things going for you. You know, you can say, well, I can do this, that, or this, and I can run out better. I can put my opponent in situations where I know he can't do anything.
Overhit it a little bit. He's got a bank, though, and it leads to the 3-ball if he wants to bank at this.
Yeah, he's definitely going to bank at this. This is just too appetizing here. Yeah, he's definitely going to bank at this with the speed. Could even bank at 2 cushions if he misses this, because that's the speed he's going to hit it with.
Pretty shot. Did not overhit it.
I thought he was going to stun it down the rail. Played the position for the 3 in the other pocket. Just from, you know, my perspective of looking at it, that's right. I thought he was going to come down this side of the table.
Now he's in the predicament where he has to consider playing safe.
Yeah. Might try to go behind the 10 here. Spin 2 cushions deep. Nope.
He's going at the 10.
He may have left a shot here. Doesn't appear that he did, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because it looks like he may have left him that window that looked impossible to leave, but he may have left it.
Hey, it looks like he's going right at the 3 here.
Yeah, may have left it. No, he didn't leave. Watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball. What? Wow. It's just barely hanging there.
Something I mentioned earlier, watching a lot of pool intently, how good this table's playing. Very fair. It's been very consistent, the response, to how level and true it's been. The speed's up, you know, so you got plenty of speed so you can get around the table. It's really been a pleasure and a joy, and it really helps the great players to exhibit their skill.
Yeah, I thought for sure that the cue ball was going to fall there. This is a very difficult shot. Nicely executed.
Wow. Good shot.
Notice the speed of the shot, how he positioned the 3 on the other side of the table. You know, even if the cue ball would have gotten away from him a little bit and left Chinakhov a shot on the 3, he wouldn't have been able to pocket it. Just a shot to hit it only.
It's a good hit. Chinakhov he's rewarded for
bad.
that. Yeah, it's not hideous.
I don't like his end of it. I think Duel can see enough of the 3 to control the cue ball and to create some separation. So at least when Duel leaves the table, he'll have left Chinakhov a long, long shot with the in a situation where it'll be tough to pocket it. I mean, he may run into the 9 here. That's the obstacle.
Well done. Well, not ideal, but...
I thought he hit it too hard, didn't you? I don't understand. Maybe he thought he may run into the 9. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that worked out.
So sorry about that.
More fans texting Billy.
Didn't anticipate this happening.
Corey's looking at a 2-cushion kick. Try to rub the cue ball off the back of the 3 and come across towards the 4. Very difficult to execute here. A certain percentage of the time it will turn out favorable, quite often not. Not a bad effort and a good result. Well, the kicking game has definitely become an art form. And speeds and directions that give us the most likelihood of coming out of it favorably. (4-2) is our score. The match has slowed down a bit. We've had quite a few kicks and safety exchanges here in the last couple of racks.
Nice shot. Boy, that was a nice shot. Boy, that was a nice shot.
Very classy.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of confidence in your ability to strike the ball accurately, to hit it with the speed that he hit it with. You know, because if you don't hit it with good speed, and you don't hit it accurately, you're going to sell out a shot. But that was perfectly executed.
Got in behind the 3. They got some good separation there.
I like how he got behind that 3 nicely, like Mark said, controlled that cue ball close to that top cushion. Even though he let them a long shot, that cue ball positioned so close to the cushion certainly creates a lot more of a problem for Chinakhov.
Yeah, you take on the 4 here, and it doesn't lead to a run out. So you got to, you could lose trying to pocket the 3, but you really can't win pocketing the 3.
Yeah, it's maybe not even advisable for him to go for the pocket here.
No, because you have to play position on the 4 to play safe, which you could play safe on this ball. Economize on the risk.
But the problem is there isn't an easy safety either. You know, I mean, this is a very problematic situation here.
Tried to overcut it. Used inside spin to check up the cue ball. It's going to work out okay.
Yeah, that was a good safety. Matter of fact, you know, I'm going to have to admit, I didn't even consider that safety. I was stuck in another gear, you know, and that's like a routine safety there, and I didn't even look at it. In the meantime, it was obviously the right shot.
Yeah, he's got Corey in a bind here, too, because there's nothing straightforward about any of the plays. If he kicks at it, if he tries to go right at the ball first.
He could bank it straight back to the center diamond on the top rail.
That looks great if he can do it.
Like that.
Oh, boy. Perfect. Good speed. Look at that hit. Great job there, Corey Duel.
Yeah. I don't know if
it's a little bit like one pocket where you're protecting your lead here by not giving up anything.
Yeah, he's going to have to shorten it up. I think he's going to get away with this. Tell you what, these guys have been coming up with some pretty good return shots. You know, because neither one of them has walked to the table with what you would consider a legitimate shot.
Right.
But yet, when they walked away from the table, they weren't in bad shape either. Like Chinakhov now, sitting in his chair with the advantage.
Yeah, the ball distribution favors Chinakhov now after that good shot. Corey had it way his way the shot before.
But things have a way of turning around, as what's been evidenced here the last couple times. Let's see what happens here. And once again, you know, it doesn't look like, well, it looks like Duel did his job too. As he walks away from the table, Chinakhov's looking at the table now saying, when is this going to stop?
No, this is 10-ball artistry right here.
Yeah,
That's
when is this going to
school.
stop? And like he's got that smirk on his face now, saying, wow, okay, I got you. Well, maybe I could return the favor here. Now this shot here, he's going to have to hit with some speed. There's no lagging at this one. In my opinion, of course, That's what I would do. Going to kick off that top rail. He's got to hit it with some speed. He could billiard the 5 in. You know, he could get fortunate here. But I certainly wouldn't roll it. That's right. Well, he just didn't make any contact. Well, finally, Duel won the battle of safeties.
Yeah, that was a good exchange there. Appears that the 5 will go in the side the most freely here from the 4.
Wow, he mishit that. He really hit that too hard. He wanted to play safe for the 5 on the side. Now he's lost the angle to do that. Well, I guess he didn't. I thought he wanted to get a lot straighter than what he ended up. I didn't even think he had the angle to slow it up like he did, but he did.
So will he play position for the 6 in the corner now, I guess? Is he just rolling ahead, or is he going to rub the 6? Nope, 6 in the corner.
That was a nice shot because he fell slightly under the 6, was to send him toward the 7 and not away from it. Now he can play 7 to the side here. Oh, just poking it going forward, which was obviously a viable option, which he noticed immediately. And I thought that's the angle that he played. But then again, I thought that he could play for the 7 in the side as well.
He opted for the economy of travel. He's on angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Just going to roll the 8 ball in, play the 9 in the side, 10 in the side.
Right, and he's leading by 2 games, 4-2. He's looking to extend it with this relatively easy out here, 8, 9, and 10. Wow, he didn't like the way he hit that. He's walking to this chair saying, God, that's over. I know I hit pretty rough, but thank God the pocket gave it to me.
Yeah, pocket speed. It almost seemed like it grabbed a little bit. Maybe like there was just a little bit extra cling or skid on that shot.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I was watching a match yesterday upstairs, and I noticed that when the balls get a little dirty, they don't cut nearly as well. And the cue ball just goes crazy. You scratch it off of angles that you don't think are possible. Because when the cue ball sticks to the object ball, the follow through is not there. It sticks and it just sends the cue ball too far off.
That climbs the back of the object ball a little bit, and that takes a lot of the pace out of the cue ball too.
Right, you don't get that follow on the cue ball. You get like a draw effect in a sense. In the meantime, he was able to win that game 5-2, Mark.
Yeah, Corey, 885 on his TPA here, and while we're only at the 1/3 pole, that's a pretty good score. Coming up tomorrow, and I heard Derek in the background. I don't know if everybody heard, but it's going to be Roberto Gomez versus Joshua Filler in our first match. That will be for $4,000, the winner. Eminem versus SVB, match number 2.
This is single elimination?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched Filler for the first time yesterday play Luna.
He played
Joshua Luna?
No, Jason Shaw.
No, I watched him in the action room.
I'm sorry.
And a young man, 20 years old. I didn't believe a young man 20 years of age could play as well.
Yeah.
And as proficiently as he plays.
Let me tell you something. This year he won the China Open. That's ostensibly a world title. You go over there and win in that field of killers. I mean.
Yeah.
So, and he was the Mosconi Cup MVP here just a month ago.
Yeah.
He's the real deal.
He certainly is. I mean, and he just plays with such great rhythm. He gets down there and takes care of business. He just has a great natural feel for the game.
Yeah. Very fluid left-handed player.
And Luna, am I pronouncing his name right?
Jeff DeLuna.
DeLuna. Jeff DeLuna is a great player. I was watching him play, tremendous break. You know, I mean, powerful breaker. Excellent shot maker. You know, smart player.
Yeah, good with the tactical side, for
Everything.
sure.
And it was a real battle. He was completely out-breaking Filler. And I thought he was going to beat Filler because of that reason. I thought the play between the two of them was pretty comparable. The score was tied up 17 apiece, going to 25. And Filler was way behind the entire match. Caught him at 17. Next thing I heard is Filler won 25-17.
Wow. Yeah.
I said, how did that happen?
This year at the U.S. Open, Ronnie Alcano played Filler a set on a 5x10, and they played a race to 15 for a pretty large sum, and Alcano beat him 15-12, but it was a good test because Alcano played just about perfect, and just squeaked by. So, yeah, Filler is. They call him Filler the Killer, and he certainly is.
Oh, he certainly is. He certainly is. At 20 years of age,
I know it.
I still can't believe it.
I know. Well, Gorst, I mean, he's 17.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone play that good 20 years of age.
No, although I think maybe Alex at that age was in that league. Because I remember at the Camel Tour, he would stand outside the room when he was 17, 18 and play all the pros.
I don't know if Alex plays that good now.
Not in terms of shooting straight, but in terms of that. No, he's a little better maneuvering the balls and like that. Filler is just a straight shot.
I don't know.
But he's a tremendous talent. I'm not trying to take anything away from him.
I think technically, and he's just as good as any of them.
Yeah.
I watched him play, you know. He totally understands how to play, you know. He makes good decisions at the table. He's a smart player, you know, and very creative. Very creative. I don't know if he'll ever take up one pocket, but if he ever does, I think he'll be a great one-pocket player as well because of his creativity. You know, I mean, I was really impressed with the way he played the game.
Chinakhov took care of business there on an open layout. He's going to take a quick break. He trails in the match 3-5, but that was a nice out.
We're at the midway point of the match now, or just about. So 5-3 isn't that big of a lead in comparison to a 8-6 lead. You know. So Chinakhov still has some time to surmount this lead. But as the match progresses, if he isn't able to get any closer than 2 games, he's really going uphill then. So he's got to make that 2 games up fairly quickly.
Just to the right of the head spot. Chinakhov faces the table. 6-5, right behind the 1 ball.
5 found a way to go to the side, and that's exactly why I think he's going to like this. He pocketed the 5, and also the 2 has gone off the table, meaning that the 3 will be the next ball after pocketing the 1. And where's the 3? Right in the pocket.
Nice way to come back from your break.
Nice. So therefore, this is an excellent opportunity. And the 4 is right next to the 3, by the way. Excellent opportunity to him to get 1 game closer to the lead here.
Yeah, wipe away a couple of the unforced errors from earlier in the match.
He's got to get himself a nice angle here. I think he could have afforded a little steeper angle than this. Now he's going to play the 6 at the other end, I believe. He's going around. A little risky, but
he got there.
Yeah.
That's what's going to count now.
But I guess if he would have brushed the 6, he would have been okay.
A lot of times, but you can get off angle doing it, and then that makes the shot play tougher psychologically because you know you shouldn't have been there. So.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a hidden disadvantage. Now he has to hit this cleanly and softly. He hit it too hard, huh?
No, I think
No,
about
good.
right, yeah.
I guess that 5x10 fools me sometimes when you hit because of all the distance the cue ball needs to travel. to go across table and then off the rail. So this is game number 9. 5-3 at the moment.
Little inside spin, checks it up, falls nicely on the 10. This would be a first break and run out of the match.
Yeah, and after he broke the balls, you saw right away that he had an excellent opportunity to get out, considering how the balls fell. So he took advantage of it. Now let's see how well he does from here on out, because that certainly is going to get hit, put a little extra step in his walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, walking around the table now like a player.
He's very much a tempo player too when you watch him.
Yeah, he doesn't waste much time. How'd you like to patent that break, you know, get that break working for you.
Yeah.
What did he pocket? 2 or 3 balls on the break there?
Yeah, and get a nice shot on the one. The next
Put
ball's hanging over the pocket.
Everything like in one quadrant.
It emboldens you, confidence-wise.
Leading 5-4.
Okay, 6 and 7 right behind the 1. 2 and 3 on the corner. I think Corey needs to hit him just a little bit harder than what he's been hitting them to get those 2 balls right behind the 1 ball to go into the side. Yeah,
Nope.
Got a little topspin on there. It took away some of the ball action. You see guys break with a bridge that's just on their fingertips, but I've never liked that when I watch it. There is a couple Filipinos that do it with great effect. But by and large, you see everybody have the heel of their hand on the table.
So he's elevating when he's breaking.
Right. Exactly.
And why do you suspect that he's doing that?
And he just feels like, it's like a mental thing. Like he feels like he's going to make a ball, or he sees other good players, a couple of them do it, so he's trying something different. Corey's always trying things. Corey is really like Rumpelstiltskin. He's always trying to spin gold out of straw. Find some secret here. That was a pretty nice shot.
Yes, it was.
Got great distance.
He may even have to try to twirl this around the 9, because if he hits the back of the 1 off that rail, he'll still create distance here. He's kicking. It's not the worst result.
No, he got through the inning. He's going to get back to the table one more time. It's just a matter of how distasteful will it be when he gets back.
Well, I don't think he really has anything that great here.
Right.
If you notice that there's not many good channels that he can take with the cue ball here. What side of the 1 is he going to hit where he's going to be able to control the cue ball easily? I don't see any. See? Look, he's running into all those balls. So therefore, that wasn't really, that demanded a lot more thought than what he gave it.
Anything. He landed in the 3 balls there and just dislodged everything. Corey could actually run out from here with a good shot on the 1.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't see any real easy route that he could take from the position he was left in.
That was a little too haphazard for my liking.
Yeah, I would think. Okay, this looks like it has a nice angle to cut the 1 in and actually go in between the 4-2 with the cue ball off that side cushion. Let's see how he does it.
Good call, Billy.
Little
bad luck.
Yeah, brushing that too. It's hard to brush that too and not come up with a shot unless you brush it as thinly as he did.
Looks like Chinakhov won't have to pay the ultimate price for his slightly errant
Duel's going
effort.
to probably try to put him underneath the 10 here. That way he'll create distance and maybe a hook. So therefore, we'll have a couple things going for him here.
Oh, that's a good shot, good effort. Not going to be rewarded.
No, he's not. He's not. I thought that he was going to hit it a little more softly than he did, and hit it a little more thinly.
Right.
That way I think that he would have got less movement off the 2-ball, obviously.
The cue ball wouldn't have gone behind the 10 then, but I think it would have
maybe
been
with
much
a
better.
spin.
Yeah.
See, sometimes from our vantage point on the 5x10, this far from it, we really don't see the angles well. I thought that the spin would take him underneath the 10. But evidently I was wrong, because had it.
Yeah, because it barely got there
Impossible,
that way. So, well, Chinakhov missed the long shot. It was not an easy shot, but Corey did not get the ultimate punishment.
I think here you got to almost bank this short with speed. You can't. Well, he may have. Nope.
Yep. He had a great effort there. He had a chance to score and has got some defense working his way.
Yeah, he got him in some trouble here. He can go 2 cushions off the left side of the 3. He's looking to go 2 cushions this way. This is a much tougher hit, I believe. Yeah, that was a tougher hit. Going 2 cushions the other way, I just think he had a much bigger ball.
Well, Corey's earned another good opportunity in this rack. This will be the second time.
Corey must stay on the outside of the 3. Coming off the rail, cutting to 3 to his left. Well, he went on the other side of the 3. That's good if he's straight in. He can draw it straight back. But we want to favor either straight in or the other side of the 3. You don't want to have to go toward the cross table. Which he ended up pretty good, didn't he? Now the 6 will pass the 7 in the side, I believe.
It's not easy.
No?
I don't think so, because when you look here on the overhead, you can see it's a slender path. You'd want to certainly have the cue ball close to the 6. Corey's content with it, so it's like you said, we're a long ways away. He's down at the table.
Yeah.
Looks like he's definitely going for the side pocket here, right past the 7.
Yeah, for sure.
Freely went into the pocket. More room than I thought. White cue ball landed just perfect on the 7. He's going to be able to track slightly towards the 8 here. Very little movement with the cue ball. A little more than he wanted. He overcut that shot, Billy.
Yeah, he did.
Corey takes a moment to kind of collect himself mentally. Corey traveled on the road with Alex Pagulayan for a few years.
Yeah, that was way back in the day, though.
Yeah.
When they were in their 20s.
They used to call him the original Beavis and Butthead of the pool. They were always fooling around.
That was really a dynamic duo there.
Yeah.
Tell you that. I wouldn't want to. One of the people that ran into them 2 guys, that 1-2 punch there.
Alex is playing and Corey's talking, and you wouldn't know which way to go.
Yeah, and both so young. Who's going to believe that 2 young guys like Corey and Alex, and they're about the same age, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's going to believe that both of those guys at their young age could play as good as they did at that age?
Yeah.
They were, both prodigies of the game.
Well, Corey negated that break and run out by Chinakhov from his player timeout. So that'll help matters. 6-4 Duel in front. Chinakhov breaking. 5 and the 6 right behind the 1.
He got the 5, though he doesn't. The 5 went high that time. Well, he got the cue ball. That's going to be very costly because he's got a nice spread of balls on the table. No congestion on the table at all. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The balls not only are spread nicely, but they're positioned very well. Notice the 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all down this end of the table, meaning that very, very little cue ball movement is needed to get to the balls. So therefore, falling on the 3 from the 2 to the 3, and that's even positioned nice, conveniently for them. He'll play safe for the 2 on the side. At least he should, I believe. But he's got to get straight on the 2, unless he just stops and goes for the corner. Well, that'll work. And he would like to go close to the 3, but in doing that, he may have to use the bridge. Because he wants to end up straight on the 3 here. He may have to use the bridge here.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's okay because he's so close to the 3 that even with the bridge, but he's going to have to stretch pretty good even with the bridge here.
He doesn't need to do much with the cue ball, though, and that's the good news because he can just play the 5 in the side. He can get a stop shot on the 4.
Yeah, he wants to. But he would still like to draw it back at least a foot.
And have a little hint of an angle, too, so he can bounce away from the cushion.
That's perfect.
Good work. Got a little bit tangled up on the 9, but I don't think it's going to be any problem.
He's fine. I don't even think the 9's in the way at all.
You got that little hint of an angle. Now he can get away from the cushion here, and that makes the rest of the rack play so much better.
He's going to draw back a little bit, have a perfect angle to fall nicely for the 6, and then the 7, and then the 8 ball.
Corey knows this is really the shot, though. Proper position on the 5 here is going to pay a big dividend.
He's got to get off the rail. That's his only thing. Yeah, he's done.
Oh, boy, perfect. Yeah, Corey's loving this. If he pockets the 5, the cue ball falls perfect for the 6.
So this is a big shot coming up here. It's a routine shot. You just got to stay focused. That's all. Oh, yes. See, now he can afford to go 2 cushions here and get a nice angle on the 7 to go naturally toward the 8. A little more of an angle than one would think here. Now, this is not just a roll shot. I think he should go 2 cushions here. Or get out from that rail. See, 2 cushions and out. Yeah, get that nice natural angle to fall for the 8.
Now he'll just top spin and play the 8 on the side of the table that he's standing on now in the corner pocket. 2 cushions right at the 8 ball here. Releases from the side rail. Works the cue ball closer to the 8. Things are looking really good for Corey. Just 1 rail to draw now. No reason to be cute with this one. You can let your shaft out a little bit. Make sure you follow through.
That'll work. This is game number 11. Looks like Cool's going to take a 3-game lead here. And now, at this stage of the match, a 3-game lead is awfully difficult to surmount when you're playing rotate the break.
And the quality rack there by Corey Deuel.
Yeah, I'd say Corey Deuel at this point of the match, go racing to 11, leading 7-4, will win at least 3 out of 4 times. At least 3 out of 4 times. Therefore, Chinakhov has a lot of work in front of him.
And Deuel just slipped over the 900 mark. He's at 904.
Right.
So Another point of contention that bodes well.
Yeah, Chinakhov was able to narrow the gap to 5-4 at one time. Accu won the last Duel won the last 2 games, and it's breaking the balls.
Corey Deuel breaking rack 12, leading 7-4.
Corey moved to the side now, the right side where Chinakhov was.
Let's take a look where that 5 goes. We got the 6.
Is he going to get a shot?
He's going to get a shot in another
Boy.
nice little
Look at
kiss
this.
there.
Look at the 2 ball there. Welcome.
Now that 1, 2, and 3 are down this end of the table.
Yeah.
So if he can drop nicely off the 3 to the 4,
He's got to do a little something here because it looks like the 3 can kind of get introduced into the way of the shot if he just rolls it.
oh yeah, he's going to bump the 3 just softly, I would think.
Or he might just be able to just roll it in softly, but he at least has to play in his mind. He has to contend with it right now.
No, you got to bump the 3 here.
Okay.
You can't take a chance of going behind the 3. You know, that would really be, foolish in his mind that he could do
Yeah.
that to himself.
Yeah, you would absolutely hate it, the opportunity that you were blessed with. And
Yeah.
then,
Well, how can I go
give it
behind
away,
the 3?
right?
Because he looked like he sure could have gone behind the 3 hadn't he bumped it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as easy now as it would have been had he been able to
Right.
roll it in. But let's see if the trade-off was worth it.
Well, we know it was because he can still defend himself. If he doesn't get the right angle on the 4, he's not kicking at the 2 no matter what.
That's a little harder than he wanted. A little harder. Now he's found himself out of line here.
Yep.
I don't know if the 4 will pass the 9 or if it will pass the 8. From our vantage point at this, I don't know. Can you tell?
Well, what I can tell is that the 9 is enough of a hindrance that if you're not really perfect, it really plays tough. So, but Corey's used good judgment. He's backed off a couple times in spots like this when it wasn't right. He's going to take a chance to try to work the cue ball
Going for the
close.
side here.
Good speed too, Billy. This is going to play.
Yes, it does. Plays very nicely.
Great
and
shot.
He has a nice angle to go 3 cushions toward the 5.
Yeah, it was a tremendous recovery shot there. Now he can go 3 cushions right at the 5.
He doesn't want to get straight. No, he's fine. Look at he can reach it. He's got a nice angle to come across table for the 7. Is it a little too hard? Nope. I always think it's too hard, but I keep forgetting about the distance that the cue ball needs to travel to get across table. I got that 4.5 by 9 mentality here.
You've got the 40.5 square feet in your head.
Yeah,
This is 50 square feet.
This is a little larger table here. Now it looks like he may even extend his lead to 4 games at 8-4.
Quality break and run out there by Corey Deuel. He's picking up speed. He's playing a 9:15 clip.
Yeah, you have to really salute him for his really his superb play here. He's played a really a good match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, he's made a few errors, but that's to be expected, especially playing on a large table like the 5x10. But to shoot this type of a speed, 916, you know.
With a few errors, when he's hit his opportunities, he's closed them out pretty well.
He's
not giving many of them back.
Yeah, he's done a good job here.
Chinakhov breaking behind 4-8.
5 and 7, right behind the 1 ball.
Yeah, the 7 ball is going to give him some good action here.
7 ball dropped, the 5 ball dropped. Is he going to get a shot?
Yeah,
he's like he is.
Yeah, with that particular break, they play position on the 1 as well. So therefore, if you don't put the ball down in the side or another ball, you can pretty much bet that you're going to give up a shot to your opponent, because both the 1 ball and the cue ball end up down this end of the table. Unless they get some sort of a kiss off another ball. Big shot here. Nice.
Yeah, hammered it in the heart of the pocket.
Now the 3 leads to the 4, and the 4 leads to the 7, or the 6, that is. Am I saying something wrong here?
Not at all. No, he just let the cue ball get away just a little bit much. 2 cushion position now rather than 1. Shooters, sometimes they rely on their shot making a bit more than you or I would, and we'd play maybe a bit more of a conservative position play. They do not strain themselves and just let their shooting ability carry them. Sometimes it works, and sometimes they get out from places that we wouldn't, but also sometimes they fail on more routine runouts. Chinakhov.
Yeah, Chinakhov doesn't waste much time.
No, he's chipped right through these balls. Saw the opening and took it. He's going to pull the game back now.
8-4 duel. It looks like it's going to be a little closer now. Yeah, gotta like what he did in that rack.
Quality break and run out. Second break and run out of the match for Chinakhov. Dropped 2 or 3 balls on the break. Got a shot on the 1. Made it happen. Hey, Billy, it's really been a pleasure having you in the booth. Some fresh energy. If you knew how much I appreciated after 4 matches today and 4 matches yesterday. You need a little enthusiasm here.
You're a hard worker, and Danny, you know, he's a hard worker, and at his age,
Absolutely.
too. Wow.
No, and doing just better and better all the time.
That's good.
Corey Deuel breaking, leading 8-5.
I guess there's an art to also racking the balls with that template. You have to make sure that that template is positioned
Squarely.
well, squarely and right for your break. In other words, if it's tilted a little bit and you're making a ball on a break, you're going to tilt it a little bit the next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have that ability when you rack with the template.
There's supposed to be a line with dots down there that's supposed to set on. So
Well, who supervises that?
that would be Ricky Bryant right now. But
I
Ken
don't
Schumann,
know.
no, Ken Schumann's pretty good about it. So Corey with a dry break here.
Looks like it was okay.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
If he can see the 1, he can't see much of it. And if that's the situation, then this safety is extremely difficult.
Corey may have to go rail first on this.
He's got to hit it with some speed, too.
Oh, he was able to hit it thin.
And notice he put that inside English on it because he really didn't want to run into the 8 there, because he could have possibly ran into the 8 and pocketed the 8 and played safe on himself.
Yeah.
Or if he could have hit the top of the 8 and lost control of the cue ball altogether. So he wanted to make sure that neither of those two things happened. Yeah, he was in a pretty tough spot, and he got away with it, I think, somewhat. Nicely executed shot, but didn't come up with a position.
Looks like he's obstructed by the 9. We're going to find out momentarily. He's going to get down and take a good look at it. He's wiggling his fingers over where he thought the cue ball was going to be. Well,
but you could attribute this lead to Duel's ability to position that 1 where he did.
yeah.
From where he was.
He forced him into a tenuous situation.
Exactly. That's a good, nice, solid hit. I think he's going to like this.
Oh, kind of wiggle up on top of that 7 ball.
He's going to have to play a good cue ball here.
You know, if the 2's frozen, Billy, I don't really mind playing that shot that's like a 1 pocket shot where you sort of force the 2 at that pocket because you're drawing the cue ball all the way back down table. And if it does come in a little bit high, it comes over and settles in by the 6 after that.
Yeah, I think that's haphazard. I think he's going to try to play 2 cushions behind the 10. But look, he might be playing your shot here.
I was afraid the 8 might be in the way, trying to thin it.
That's what he did. He played your shot.
And he missed it, so it is my shot.
Well, he played an excellent cue ball. You know, I didn't like that shot, but obviously I was really wrong there. You know, he got good results with the shot. And he almost made it.
Yeah. That's a good shot. He got the 2 lodged on the rail, trying to introduce the 10 in the way. Looks like he accomplished that too.
And the kick on the 2 is not that easy either.
Mm-mm.
It's a small ball frozen on the rail. You know.
Yeah, that was a good recovery shot there by Chinakhov. He put Corey in a bad spot. Corey would love to hit this off the 2nd cushion. Just right before the 2, rub the 2 towards the 6 and get some distance separation-wise.
Yeah, I don't think you can hit this real hard either. I think this is a medium speed kick. Where if you happen to hit the rail before the 2, you don't lose control of the cue ball.
And if you land heavy on the 2, it can get separation that way. He double kissed it. Yeah, Chinakhov's going to win this battle.
Well, the 4 ball is positioned nicely for him.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, you know, because he's going to go away from the 3 slightly, but the 4 is positioned or close enough to the side where he doesn't have to do much off the 3. And the 5, he wants to get back far enough now. He wants to get the cue ball back to the almost straight in on the 4 or slightly to the other side of the 4. And that was imperative for him to do that. Now, it wouldn't be too bad for him to just draw about maybe 6 inches and play 2 cushion position for the 6. That's good.
And go on the short side.
Yeah, that's the correct angle. See, this angle plays so natural. All we need to do is pocket it. And with the speed of pocketing the ball, shoots at him naturally for the 6.
Pretty shot. Good call.
Nicely executed, too.
Oh,
Wait
boy.
a second. Oh, my. It just slid off that rail.
I just didn't think it was going to be go long.
No.
Now you got to play safe.
Should I go behind the 9 here? Nope.
Went a little too far. Boy, this
Wow,
is ugly.
what an injustice that was. I thought he hit that ball perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, the angle that he left himself on the 5 suggested that all he needed to do was pocket the 5. And with the speed, just pocketing the 5 would send him naturally toward the 6, which it did. And I thought that he did a good job, but all of a sudden, it fell behind the 8.
It looked good all the way till it didn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Now, that's a reasonable effort by Corey. He's going to leave a bank, but that's about all he had from that distance that was even reasonable to go after.
And this is a type of a bank where you got to play position for the 7 at the other end of the table. If you miss the bank, then at least you have a chance of hooking them. I didn't like the way he played the cue ball there.
Not at all, because he didn't win with that shot.
No,
He can lose with it, but now he's going to, he can lose, but
see, I thought he could follow through the ball and then play the cue ball behind the 7.
Or at least get it lodged up on the end rail.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Big shot for Duel here. Clean.
Very nice shot there. Smartly did not try to do much with the cue ball and make sure he got it in there.
Yeah, I noticed that he wanted to make sure he hit that cue ball nice in the center of the ball. He didn't want to go down deep on the ball and maybe deflect it at all. So therefore, the distance that he had to travel, he couldn't afford a miss-hit there.
Same type of shot here coming back. He scored it. Good job there, Corey. Well, he'd love to go 2 cushions right to the center of the table here.
I think I don't know if he can get to the center of the table, but he can get to the middle of the table somewhere. I mean,
Right, away from the cushions.
Yeah. But he did get to the center just about. Look, just slightly.
That's got to make him feel great now from this range. Quality shot. And a courageous series of balls there by Corey Duel.
Yeah, boy, you really got to take your hat off to him. He's really played some pretty good pool here. I know once again, he's 9-10 he's shooting here, and after 14 racks of pool, that's tough to beat.
Mm-hmm. Intensifies the pressure further on Chinakhov, too. 9-5 behind. Chinakhov knows he has to beat Corey from here, 6-1.
Yeah, well, he's more than a 6-1 dog. In terms of odds on the money. Trailing 9-5, he's lucky to win 1 out of 8, 9, 10 games, matches. That is from here.
Six ball found the side pocket. Here comes the 1 up by the cue ball. Going to have a safety circumstance. It's not really the way you want to start your inning here when you're trailing 9-5, but there is no choice.
Yeah, he's going to try to put him behind the 2 here. Or else on that bottom rail, maybe behind the 10. Didn't quite get him there.
That's going to let Corey have a chance to influence the outcome of this rack now. Corey's looking, he recognizes he can go side rail, but that's not very aggressive. It's too passive.
He could put him behind the 6 here, or was that the 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not guaranteed because he really can't control the 1 ball as well as he would like.
Right.
But it's a good shot if he hits it good. To put him behind the 7, he's going to have to hit the 1 thickly, and if he hits it thickly, he's not going to be able to control the 1.
Yeah,
but he can't control the cue ball.
there's iffiness to either way that he chooses to go here. He's got to make his determination. And then I understand there's some negative expectation with it. So just, if you fail it, don't feel bad. Try to get some separation while doing it. Force Chinakhov to be the shot maker. Yep.
See, I opted to do this, and I think he did a pretty good job.
Completely agree. Great shot there. That is winning pool. Oh, boy. Tough ball to hit now. Chinakhov has to go more than one rail.
Well, if he goes 2 cushions, he could scratch off the 1. You know, he can go 2 cushions with a little English, but there's no guarantee if he hits the 1 off that second cushion that he's going to be able to keep the cue ball on the table.
Yeah, Corey's got the upper hand of the distribution. It's going to require a good shot. He did it.
I'll tell you
Mission
what,
accomplished.
he hit that kick exactly the way he wanted to.
A round of applause from the audience there. That's knowledgeable pool fans, recognizing the pressure he's under and the shot that he had to come up with there to deny Corey an offensive opportunity.
You know, Corey will bank the 1 toward the 3 and try to put him behind the 10 here. Little inside English. Nice soft roll here. Even if he doesn't get it behind the 10, at least the 3 will block the pocket. Well, no, he went to...
Uh-oh. No? Yep.
I think he can see the 1.
Yeah. Is he banking this cross corner? And trying to get the cue ball? Yeah, trying to get the cue ball.
No,
cross side. Didn't care for the cross side as much.
You know, I like the cross side, but might as well shoot it. What the heck? He narrowly missed it. Had he pocketed it, he would have been on his way, you know.
But now Corey might be on his way, and I kind of like that cross corner up here and drag the cue ball back, but he went all out for the side pocket.
Sometimes you have a bank that you feel that you're even money or better maybe to make it. I thought that was one of those banks where he kind of liked the angle he was left. So therefore he knew he was going to run into the 3. And the chance of him coming up with, you know, a shot on the 2 wasn't that bad. I kind of like what he did there. That was a little haphazard, I thought.
Yeah,
he didn't
Corey's
really,
disappointed about that effort.
Yeah, I didn't think he really thought through that well.
He did. He tried to do too much. He tried to get too much separate. He should have just made sure the 1 got on the rail, even if he could hit it. He was trying to take away the 1. In so doing, he gave away the 1.
Well, he could have gone behind the 3, you know.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of things he could have done there.
Well, he didn't totally sell out because Chinakhov returned to safety here, so Corey's not dead, and he can hit the 1. He might play that same shot, try to get the cue ball in behind the 3 here, Billy, where he just...
Oh, that's a little more difficult. That's very difficult from here, I think.
Oh, yeah.
No, it isn't.
No, he tried. He tried to do that.
Yeah, he sure did. I didn't think he had the angle to do that.
Boy, pretty shot there.
Yeah.
Had a crucial time in the match.
Well, he's got a bad angle on the 2 here. And drawing to the 10, it looks like. Oh, it's a bad angle, but he was able to work himself around it.
Yeah, nice hit there. Made that look a little easier than it looked from up here.
And that's another tough shot here. Another tough shot. You know, this is not easy stuff that he's doing out there.
No.
Tell you that.
Especially now the cue ball's lodged up on the rail. Everything's a little awkward. It's just got to be a shot maker, and that's really his strength anyway.
Yeah, you got
jinxed him.
You got him.
Maybe not.
No, you got him.
I did.
Good job, Mark.
He played my shot once again, Billy. Anytime it goes into the rail, it's my shot.
And like I said, it's not easy stuff that he's doing out there. You know, he's
Probably the third time in the match we really saw his timing not look like it normally does, you know, where it was just a little quicker. He's always fast, but he got just a little quicker. These are the little messes that Corey's been cleaning up and taking advantage of.
nice speed.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey loves this. This is
Yeah.
the rack to get on the hill. He knows this is a big game.
He's playing really nice, I tell you that. I like the way he's played this match a lot. You know, there's been a couple suspect shots, but that's to be expected.
Right. Yeah, that's the nature of this beast. I think he overdrew that a little bit. Overcooked it. He'd rather be able to go into the side cushion.
I'm
rather than
surprised
the
he
end
didn't want
rail.
to play position to cut the 6 to his left.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Or the 7 to
Yeah.
his left. You know, that'll send him toward the 8. This way he's got to go away from the 8 and then back in line.
Oh, boy.
That got him.
Yeah.
Look at with the cue ball.
Well,
I didn't like the way he played that.
he overdrew it. I knew right away. He just overamped it, and little nerves, little jitters. He saw the finish line and got ahead of himself. That's the 5x10 right there.
I was really surprised to see him do that. I mean, I thought even though he did play it awkwardly, in my opinion, I still thought he was going to get out.
Me too. I thought he would. All you had to do is roll ahead. You really didn't need to do much. You could roll ahead on the 8 too if you don't like your angle. You don't have to get the perfect angle. Just don't miss open balls. It was a huge rack too.
It's too hard. No, it's okay.
He's gonna back cut this.
Oh no, he can't do that, can he? Wow.
He could.
Wow. I didn't think that was the better of the two shots.
I think it's more the testimonial of his perspective versus ours, though, too, because he did that pretty effortlessly.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Lucky he didn't get that little brush.
And he scored the 10. Cleaned it all up there. 9-6 is our score. Chinakhov trails.
Yeah, that was one of the very, very few racks that Corey played poorly, I thought. You know, it's a rarity, at least in this match, for him to have made an error like he did there. I just still can't understand how he played shape on that 7. Because I thought all he had to do was just roll it in, I thought, and play shape on the 7 to cut it to his left and go toward the 8. But he surprised me there.
I think, unlike what he's done in the past, I think he got a little ahead of himself thinking I can get on the hill here, and then he shot that ball and overdrew it. And then he got the wrong angle, and then he supported it with a follow-up bad shot. One bad shot leads to another, I guess.
Yeah, that happens often. Or maybe he just wanted to make it closer for everyone.
I don't think that was it at all.
No.
No. There he is, breaking from his fingertips, slight elevation. 7-8. 7 found the mark.
And the 2. Nope.
The 5 ball did. He's got a shot.
He made 3 balls on the
I
break.
don't know if is this a bank shot or can he cut it in the side?
It's a tough cut.
Yeah.
It's a tough cut, and I do believe he has a bank.
But it's a 5x10. These are nowhere near as routine as they are on a 9-foot table.
Yeah. I think the cut's a better shot because it offers him better position on the 2. If he has a cut at all, I would prefer to go for the cut that sends him on the 2 with the correct angle to drop for the 3, which is positioned at the other end of the table.
No, overcut it.
Yep.
Didn't lose much ground though. Chinakhov's got a tough play from here. He's got a kick at it, and it's kind of a naked kick. No, I guess thinks he can thin it.
He's gonna like this.
Yeah, it was a good effort. Well, now Corey's got the deficit facing his way in terms of the ball distribution. He's going to have to go soft prior to getting to the side pocket and expand it with spin.
Could scratch here too, but I think he's got to hit it with some speed though.
You do. I don't know. I was thinking if he goes soft, he can maybe lodge the cue ball in behind the 3 and maybe get the 1 on the side rail. He went with speed. Not rewarded.
All of a sudden, this match may find more of a heartbeat than I thought. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's going to go toward the 9 here, though. That would be bad if he stopped right by the 9. Oh, no, he was straight. These angles are hard to judge.
Boy, he got pretty straight on this 3. Just a hint of an angle. These are these mid-range shots that he's been pretty effective on throughout the match.
But these are so missable.
Oh, we know.
Especially if you're digging down like this.
That back cut he made in that last rack, you and I didn't even see it as a routine play. He made it smoothly. This is a good shot, quality effort.
He dug down to come in short. That'll give him a better control of the cue ball in terms of speed control. And this match looks like it's starting to get a little closer than Corey would have liked to have gotten but it's getting there. Looks like it's going to be 9-7 here in a short minute.
Okay, Chinakhov not to be counted out just yet. Grabs another game.
A short while ago, I said that Chinakhov may win 1 out of 8 or 9 games, trailing, what was it, 9-5 or 8-4 or whatever it was.
9-5 for sure.
You know, and all of a sudden he's won the last 2 games. And that 8 or 9-1 is starting to look a little scary if you're laying it.
Yes.
I take it back. I was just kidding.
Chinakhov breaking, trailing 7-9.
Next game is going to be a big game for Duel because he's had opportunities.
At least scored a ball on the break. He's going to get a shot at the 1.
No, I don't think so. No. So Duel's had opportunities the last couple games, but he failed to capitalize on them. That starts to wear on you. So therefore, if he has another opportunity here, I don't know if Chinakhov can make this one. He may be able to make it.
I think he's looking at trying to bank it straight away, just stick the cue ball or drag it back, but I don't know if he has the room for that. If he could drag it underneath the 7, that's what he was able to do. Oh boy, that turns up the pressure on Corey now.
Yeah.
It's a tough ball to hit.
Yes, it is. Unless he can dig down and bend it, kick one cushion at the 1.
Yeah, it looks like that is the shot.
You got to elevate here. That looks like he hit it without elevation. Maybe he can. Oh, he could hit the right side of the. He went to the right side of the 7 or the 6.
Pretty decent turnout there, it looks like.
It looks like he can make it.
I don't know. Here on the overhead, it looks like, well, we can't tell. So. Yeah, I think you're right. He's going right after it.
Yeah, but there's obstacles. There's obstacles here. He didn't find one.
Beautiful shot. It would have been sort of misfortunate if he fell behind that 6 ball from that distance in that direction.
Man, there's obstacles here too. He's got to clear the 7, and he's got to make sure he doesn't get behind the 6. He's got to stretch on the shot. He's put his extension on.
One of those in-between shots too. He can't just draw. It doesn't just naturally go around it. He's got to manipulate it around the 7.
Yeah, he would like to go toward the 8 here if he could.
How's his speed now? Yeah. He got around it, but he did not get the position.
I don't think he made it to the 5.
Not at all. No, he's short. He fell right in between. Shorter or longer, either way was going to be working. And I think you're right. He should have gone aggressive at the 8.
Yeah, I think he should have went toward the 8 there, At least if he goes toward the 8, he assures himself of coming up with some kind of a shot on the 5. He doesn't want to fall short.
Well, he thinks he can hit the 5 thin. Oh, boy, could he ever.
He missed that second kiss.
What a result from given where he was at.
This is a tough shot for Duel here. I don't know what he can do here.
This is one of those, much like earlier in the rack, where I think he's better off go time and
I kind of like this. Give me an overhit. I kind of like this shot. I kind of like him banking the 5. 1 cushion, 2 cushions over here, sending the cue ball around here, hoping to get him behind the 9. Much better choice.
Real good decision there.
Much better choice. Nice. Looks like that he's gained the advantage here.
Boy, jacked up, half masse. Is he trying to kick in behind the 5 here?
He wants to get deep behind it, though.
Well, he didn't. He got thin behind it, and that worked great.
Yeah.
That's not what he was playing. That's just what he ended up hitting.
Well, Duel's going to try to get deep behind the 5 on this kick. He wants to send that 5 up table, keep that cue ball close to that cushion.
Yeah, Billy's talking about 2 cushions into the back of the 5. Oh, boy. How'd he hit it?
He might have made it. He didn't want to make it.
That was a great effort by Corey Duel.
Yeah.
It would have been unfortunate had he made it, but I guess he could have played the 6 from there.
Yeah. Well, where he's going to play it.
Well, I'm just saying, that wasn't easy.
Oh, there's the 6. That's right. I have.
Oh, you got
I had the 7 and 6 mixed up.
You would have had to roll the 6 in, though, from there. But, yeah, it was a great effort. Corey's really made some good responses to these kicks. Chinakhov's made some good kicks himself.
He's bending around the 8 here. This will be a pretty shot.
And Corey won. Corey won the upper hand here.
Okay, now he must get out. If he doesn't get out here, this is going to be hill for sure.
It will feel like an anvil on his back.
It's going to be hill if he doesn't get out from here.
Yeah. He'll have a 1-game lead and feel like he's trailing.
Yeah, you might as well just draw back about a foot or so. I mean, to the right.
I think he can top spin because he's got a little angle there. I don't think he wants to draw unless he wants to get for the side pocket.
No.
No?
Get
Okay.
straight in on the 8.
Oh, he is drawing. You're right.
Oh, he went for the side. He would have liked to go out close to the ball played in the corner. All he didn't do was stop then.
I thought he could have just used top spin and come across, but maybe he had a little wider angle than I thought.
Is this going to be tricky getting around the 10?
Handled it. Good shot. Good speed.
He's happy now. I mean, he's real happy now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thinking this feels great.
This will put him on the hill.
Cashes in that opportunity. 10-6 is our score. 10-7, I'm sorry. Chinakhov trailing, needing to win 4 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, we're back to that 8-1 now. I wouldn't like to lay it, but that's what it is.
I would have to bet at 8-1. You see a lot of weird things happen.
Duel on the hill, breaking, leading 10-7.
That's Ricky Bryant on the microphone. I'd like to hear a little more emotion in there. Duel leading. It was a little too robotic. Very square hit. Something fell on the side.
7 and the 4.
Look at this.
Well, he doesn't fall on the 2. He doesn't have a pocket.
The 3 kind of got in the way.
Unless he can somehow get to the 2 for the side.
Well, he's not laying bad for that type of a shot. He's close range here. As long as he doesn't scratch on the side making that attempt, he can defend himself if he doesn't fall just right.
Yeah, he's got to draw it in between the 5 and the 2. Let's see how well he hits this.
He's going for the bank angle, I think.
Oh, that's what he's got. He's got a nice bank.
Can't blame him for betting the game on this one.
No, he's got to go for this. Got to go for this. Maybe he could even drag it into the 3 here.
I don't think he needs to do all that.
I don't think he needs it, but I think he increases the accuracy if he does it.
Great shot. Yeah. Good control. Looks like he even maybe used the 5 balls a little bit of a blocker there. I don't know if he was thinking that way or just randomly went there. The speed that he played it gave himself a great chance to score the ball, and he did so.
Yeah. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that really plays.
I think he's fine here. I think he can follow to the rail. He's got a little bit of a cut. I think he's going to end up pretty close to the 7 or the 6.
Yeah, he's examining.
Yeah, he's going to fall in between the side and the 6 here. Going to get close to the 6.
Good call, Billy. Oh, nice speed. This is reminiscent of an old workhorse at the end of the day that sees his barn. He's heading for home right here.
Oh, he's not going to do this. Well, yes, he is. He can reach it. Did you like that?
Well, he went a little further.
I thought he should have ended up short a little bit.
Yep.
You know. Okay, this is okay because he's going to go one rail toward the 9. Played the 9 underneath him.
Ooh, this is not great. No, speed got away from him. So 2 successive shots that he overran by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is really tough.
See, I kind of liked him going the other route, cutting the 8 backwards and going this way.
Yeah, 2 cushions right into your target zone.
I thought so.
When you go topspin now.
You know, that makes the speed so much easier to judge.
Is he cutting this in?
Yeah.
He's going to play the long 10. Yep. He scored it. He's got a serious tester here, though, Billy.
Wow. He's not making it easy on himself, is he?
No, but no sense belaboring it.
Players have a tendency to overcut this ball when it's missed. Like that.
Yeah, he didn't even threaten the pocket there. That missed by 2 balls high.
I don't think he put a lot of wind to that shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference to putting a lot of wind to a shot or putting a lot of, I don't like this shot, but I'm going to play half safe.
No, he definitely, his stroke spoke volumes that he was not confident about that because it definitely got quick. Chinakhov will remain pretty smooth here because it's a free chance to win. You expected that he was going to lose. Fluid, smooth, drills the center of the pocket. 10-8 is our score.
Well,
Chinakhov,
yeah, I didn't like the way Duel played shape for the 8. I thought he got too flat on the 8. I thought listen.
for sure.
I mean, the 8's close enough to the pocket to end up with a slight cut on it. With the slight cut on the 8, you got natural position going toward the 9. You know, I mean, your position management was so much better going toward the 9 2 cushions than it was going the way he did it.
Well, that's the difference. The 10-foot table brings that out. You get off angle, I'm telling you. It really makes you extract the price.
Yeah, when he got over that ball, he didn't need to draw it back that much.
Yep.
You know?
No, 2
Just
out of
get
the
off
last
that
3
rail.
games, Corey's kind of given away. Chinakhov feels life now. He thought he was a goner. Nothing found the pocket yet. 3 ball? No. Yes. He's close to the 1. Does not have an offensive shot.
I don't know what he has here. He might follow and put him on the 5. Does he have that? No. Put him on the 4.
Corey's not thinking about going behind the 1 and maybe try to billiard the 10.
He's thinking about giving that 10 some action here.
Yeah.
But he better hit something. I go right toward the 1. I don't play that billiard. I go right toward that 1. I want to make sure that I hit something here.
Well, there it is. Kissed into the side.
Just a center ball sends him nice toward the 4.
Just straight down the table, just to the side pocket, a foot away. Great. No, he went
I don't
heavy.
understand why he went that way. I thought a nice center ball sends him to the right of the 9.
Now the 8 obstruction.
What did he do that for?
I don't know. I don't even think he can play this shot now.
He don't have a shot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think he has an offensive shot.
He's going behind the 8. Well, A lot of curious shots here.
Chinakhov looking to cut the 4-ball into the same pocket he just played the 10 moments ago.
He could scratch here real easy. Real easy. Okay, Duel has another chance to get out. You know? I mean...
Oh, yeah, he could ill afford to take, pass up many more of these opportunities because at some point they're going to just shut down.
It looks like the 5 to the 6 is fine. 6 to the 7 shouldn't present much of a problem at all. The 8's in front of the pocket, but then the 8 to the 9. It's falling a little short there. What's he doing?
He's kind of poking and not thinking shots through. He's not executing like he was early in the game.
No.
Good job, but that's not going to play easy. Wow.
He is struggling right now. He is struggling from playing smooth to playing this rough.
He's going to power up and draw across the table and back out. Good shot there. He did stay smooth on that one.
Yeah, but position on the 9 now becomes more of a problem.
Well, he made sure he made that ball. I have to credit him with that. He's been struggling. He missed a couple balls by quite a little bit here. And, well, he missed a couple position plays by a long ways, too.
He can play this 2 different ways. He can play this with the center ball and play the position for the 9 on the side, or spin around the 9-10.
I like just playing with no spin.
He can spin around the 9-10 like this.
Uh-oh. I don't know if he's got the speed. Once again, the 50-yard line here. Oh, boy.
Now, does he have that? I don't think he can scratch on the side, can he?
I don't know.
I don't think
it looks like it. No, it looks like
it.
He looks like he's going to manipulate it. Maybe not. Looks like he's going super soft.
He missed it.
Oh, boy.
He's not making it easy on himself.
Nope. Now, Chinakhov can use extreme right-hand English and just try to rail first this ball in.
You know, you have to feel that Chinakhov has a really legitimate chance to win this match. You know, you really have to feel that now. Because Duel has floundered just too many opportunities.
He played so well till they got to the point where he could win. You know,
And then when he,
like
he
wheels
stalled
come
on
off.
9. He stalled a couple of times on 9 that he should have got on 10. And then when he got on 10, he
Stalled a couple
more
more times.
times. And he can't really afford to stall anymore.
No. Chinakhov feels like he's skating free right now because he thought he was eliminated. Yeah, psychologically, Corey feels like it's 10-10 right now.
He can't feel good about it. He's going to have an, in my opinion, he's going to have a fairly easy win here to take this match off.
Well, this will be his final break of the match.
Because he certainly has lost all the momentum.
Right on the head spot. That means he's really going to intend to square him up. 7 and 4 of the balls trying to make. Nothing. Dry break.
He's got the 1 on the side. Not an easy shot, but the 2 is positioned conveniently in the event that he makes the 1, so he's got to go for this. Tough shot, but it certainly is rewarding.
Drained it pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I'd have to make him a favorite to win the match. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know how that 6 and 9 are lined up.
Yeah, they don't look that bad, that's for sure.
Looks like he overamped a little there. He's going to send the cue ball away from the 5 now. It's going to create a little more of a problem. Now, the 6 and 9 better be lined up pretty good because he really didn't play.
Well, if he can follow
Good
forward
shape.
and just stop short of the 8, I think he's okay.
I don't think he's going for the 8. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, he kind of in between now.
So that 6 and 9, he's going to take a good look at it. I don't know. He can play the 6 in the side if it's not lined up to 6-9, that is.
Good call, Billy. That's exactly what he went for.
Duel may not even make another appearance at the table, considering how things have been going.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be that unlikely.
To see a break and run out here.
Yeah, for Duel not to come back to the table. And we are going to see a hill-hill match here. And I know one of the players aren't feeling really good about it. And I think that player is Corey Deuel. Ooh, what a thunk it.
Well, there it is. 10-10 is our score. Corey Deuel has to feel like he's carrying an anvil on his back right now. He lost his focus maybe over 4 games here. He
certainly did a lot of things that weren't expected. A lot of things, at least 3 or 4 times at the table. I thought that he was going to do something other than what he did. And every time at the table, when he did those things, he failed to get out.
And I think kind of what you said too earlier is that he's going to really need a really routine run out to go ahead and win this match.
Yeah,
if he has to do something, I'm not feeling good about it
Yeah,
at all.
if he has to work, I don't like the way he's thinking.
And conversely, Chinakhov has been pretty fluid ever since he knocked in that long 10 ball, hit the heart of the pocket. It's all been Chinakhov and momentum and smoothness. It's the 4 and the 5 this time.
But Chinakhov's speed has got much better as the match progressed. Whereas Duel's speed, he better make a ball because he's going to give up a shot. Now Duel has an opportunity. Now this is an easy out. If you could consider any out easy on a 5x10, this is an easy out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
These are the exact games he's let slip away by overriding position a couple times late into the rack.
He wants to make sure he gets high enough on the 2 to where he can. He doesn't want to fool with the 4 now.
No, I think he's okay that way.
Wow. He's off angle again. He's going to have to play perfect speed, 2 cushions, fall short of the 8, and play the 4 in the corner to his right.
I think he might dig down and draw that. No, you're right.
No,
he's coming right. Okay, 2 cushions between the 9 and 10.
Yeah, he's got to go toward the 8 here.
Uh-oh, trouble. Yeah.
He's got a shot, but he's fallen on the wrong side of the 8. Now
He's going to have to roll this in now.
Yeah, this is the shot right here. He's got to roll it in. Forget about hitting going into the 7. If he goes into the 7, he's fine. He got to make the ball. He's got to concentrate on making the ball. Wow.
Good shot.
Now he's got to get the bridge or the extension, one of the two. I think he feels very confident with the bridge because he's played a lot of snooker. Uh-oh. He didn't even, no. He's not liking himself right now.
No, and this plays right into Chinakhov's hands here. Just execute. It's got to be mindful of the side pocket over there. He may have to introduce a little bit of left-hand side spin and come behind the side pocket here for the 6.
I think this is center ball will get him there. Oh, he went to, oh my, look at, oh my, I don't believe he did that.
If he hits that 6 ball, he can scratch it.
Wow.
Could have gone straight at the side pocket.
He would have scratched.
Well, instead, he's at the table, and the layout looks just ripe for Chinakhov to clear up. Corey Deuel's only chance now is if Chinakhov falters.
And he hasn't faltered in the last 5 or 6 racks that he's had opportunities.
Right.
Whereas on the other hand, Corey has faltered in 4 of the last 5 racks he's had opportunities. Or 5 of the last 6 racks, I don't know.
Good shot.
Yep. Oh, that's interesting there. It's all over. Can you imagine that this man stole this match? This is unreal.
That's what makes it sport, however, is that you never know the exact outcome. I'm glad I didn't take up 8-1 on you because I'd be feeling bad about that right now.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Well, I think Corey Deuel played one too many of my shots is what happened here.
I don't know what to say.
All right, well, this has been an ACCUSTATS video production on behalf of Billy Incardona and all of us. That's our time for this time. So long and drive safe.